Welcome to this Microsoft Excel tutorial on how to use the if function. This is a logical test, and if you can think about it like having a conversation, all functions in Microsoft Excel will make a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and use this example here. So let's say you have a list of students in your class and you have a score on a test that they took, let's say last week. And what you're trying to deduce is what students passed and what students failed based on the scores they had. Now let's say for this example, we want to say everyone who scored a 70 or higher passed and whoever scored a 69 or lower failed the test. Now in order to create that test, we're going to go ahead and select this cell here. We're going to go up to our formulas tab and we're going to click insert function. Now up here you can type a brief description as to what you're looking for. We're going to type in if, press go, and you're going to see our if function here. Select it and press OK, and you're going to notice we're going to get this dialog box and our if function is going to be started here. Now in our logical test, what we're really wanting to say is what is our criteria for a pass or a fail. So we're going to say, hey, we want to start in this cell over here. If this cell is, and then here's our criteria, we can say is greater than or equal to 70. Now this is going to say everything greater than or equal to 70 we're going to consider a pass. Now we're going to come down here and say what is the value if true. Now the value if true, you're going to do an open quote in order to insert text, and we're going to say pass, close quote, and then we're going to come down here to the value if false. So what occurs if this is a false value? We want to say open quote, and we'll say you failed the test. You didn't pass, but you failed if you get less than the 70%. Now when we press OK, you're going to notice that we're going to get our first prompt. So here it says we passed because the score was 89. Now we're going to copy that formula all the way down. You can double click that box there, and then you can select your autofill, but we'll do a fill without the formatting. That way we don't get that underline there. And so now you have a lot of passes, but you do have 3 fails in here. Now what you can do from this point is you can select Control-Shift-L, and you're going to notice you're going to have these little drop down arrows. It's similar to a table, but this allows you to filter data. So now what you could do as the professor in this case, you'll select your down arrow and you can say, hey, I only want to see the fail items. So who actually failed, what students failed, press OK, and there you go. You have 3 individuals here who did not pass the test but failed. Now that is just one way in which you can use the if function in Excel. Another way that you guys might see it on a day-to-day basis is, let's say that you had each of these scores and you wanted to say, hey, if you received a 90% to 100%, select an A, and if you got an 89 to 80, it's a B, so on and so forth. You can combine multiple if functions together in order to create a very in-depth logical test to perform whatever task you guys might need. Now if you enjoyed this content and found value in it, please consider subscribing and head on to this other video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy next, and we'll catch you all in the next video.